Right then. This one's a touchy subject, everybody, so let's get this right out of the way. If you're a diehard Halo fan, I love you. If you're a casual Halo fan, I love you too. I'm not here to offend, I'm here to be straight up, blunt, and honest. We're talking numbers today. Why the Halo population is where it's at, where we've been in the past, and can we achieve what we have before? Can Halo's numbers rise up and build a thriving community once again? Because we can't deny the fact that more people playing the game we love is a good thing. It can only be beneficial for us in the long run. So I want to look at where the Halo peak population numbers are, why they're that way, and what needs to happen in Halo Master Chief Collection, or more importantly, Halo 5, to restore a larger community and playing base. So let's get right down to brass tacks. If you've never paid attention to the population numbers, all good. I don't think you should. And it doesn't need to be like the daily, oh, well, there's only a few people playing today, so I guess this isn't where all the cool kids are. I'm not going to be playing. That shouldn't really be your mindset. But we do want to look strategically at the numbers and figure out why the Halo population has reduced so drastically. So let's look at the numbers. Halo 3 had 1.1 million peak population players 1 year after release. Halo Reach had 900,000 players at peak population per day. Now, Halo 4, 1 year after release, was clocking in at around 20,000 at peak population per day. But ironically, for the first 2 weeks of play, we were achieving incredible numbers, right around 400,000. In between there was about 350 to 400,000. And then slowly but surely, we saw that number decrease, and at Christmas, we were hitting about 150,000. And then right about the time January was getting there, we slowly declined under 100,000, and it just kept declining and declining as more DLCs came out, and it was very clear that there wasn't a lot of long-term support or benefit to players putting in a ton of time and effort into Halo 4. Now, is this a big deal? Kind of, because it affects everything. It affects the competitive scene. If less people are playing the game, there'll obviously be less spectators to participate in it. If there's less people playing the game, there's less incentive for the developer to put in more aesthetic and DLC goodies for us, the player, because the sales are not going to compete with what Day 1 was doing. Now, Halo 4 sold incredibly well on Day 1, but let's look at why this decline happened so rapidly and why after 1 year of release, we're under 100,000, a crushingly small number in contrast with Halo Reach. First impressions are everything, and you only get one chance. You have 2 weeks to a month to show your initial player base, all those people who bought the game based off of that expensive marketing campaign and all those hours, time, and millions spent on advertising this game, what their experience is going to be like for the rest of that game's lifespan. And it's just a fact, Halo 4 released in a really unpolished, unfinished state. Let's get right to the front of it. The file share was completely broken for a month. Competitive ranks were not in place. The settings were an absolute nightmare. Who thought of random weapon ordnance on map? The first Halo game that wouldn't feature power weapons that consistently spawn on the map from launch. Yeah, so it basically was Fiesta Slayer, guys. If you're just involved with Halo since the title update, wow, you've seen the game go through a lot of changes, great changes, to a point where it's at a nice spot right now. But it took an incredibly long time to actually achieve that point of balance. To have a game that was straight up Fiesta Slayer for a good 2 months is unacceptable, especially when your core Halo crowd is attracted to the things that make Halo Halo. D-Scope not being in the game, that's an issue. Don't even get me started on the bolt shot. The bolt shot was an unstoppable force that upset the balance of CQB. Close quarters combat no longer had that nice balanced 2-shot melee that we had come to expect, or a few shots in that nice little dance that people would do within Halo. Bolt shots commanded it for so long. The DMR was the only weapon of choice. It wasn't an actual, well, I'll just outgun you with my BR or carbine. No, it was DMR, no D-Scope Haven. That was Halo 4 for the first 4 months of its release. We did not even get death indicators. Red X's, something that had been in the game since Halo 2, a freaking pivotal, absolutely crucial point. We didn't get that until late March, the beginning of April. Yet, 343 continued with their marketing stance of trust us, enjoy your weekly updates, and it'll get there. And the DLC. Don't get me started on the DLC. This one deserves an entire video of its own, and it will get this. Halo DLC has never really been handled with a nice amount of grace. It's never really ever gone perfectly, and there's always been this cloud of how do we actually get people to buy the DLC, and those who bought the DLC, can they even play it more than the first week it's out? And the answer with Halo 4 was primarily no. Okay, so let's look at the first issue. Halo 4 Limited Edition came with the entire Season Pass, as well as a nice special offer that gave you access to the 8 specializations in the game early before other users. Now, right before launch, they come out with a deal where it's like, hey, if you play within the first 2 weeks of Halo 4, we're going to send you an email code that will unlock those 8 specializations early. Sorry, Limited Edition players, guess everybody's going to have access to that nice little bit that you paid money looking forward to. Okay, so the first map pack releases. The emails go out for the 8 specialization codes for those who played within the first 2 weeks, and it's discovered that this allows you to download the first map pack for free. This, in turn, makes people who paid money for the map packs kind of frustrated. Microsoft's Twitter support admits that this was a mistake and an issue. Then the next day, we get a little bit of a story saying, this was all part of the plan. We wanted you to try the map pack out. It's only there for limited time, but it's an appreciation and a thank you for playing our game, guys. Gag me. If you're one of the players who paid money to have these DLCs on day one, what a frustration to not even being offered an actual refund. Limited edition users felt gypped because that was one of the reasons you'd want to get the game, is to have access to the 8 specializations early. And the DLCs didn't improve from there. The first one was, well, big team battle maps. Of course, that's really the core of Halo's base. No, 4v4 maps is what we needed. There was really only 2 workable maps on the disc at the time, Haven and Abandon. And even those 2 weren't living up to the standards that was a Lockout or a Guardian. Now, at the time of launch, we were promised there would be a ranking system in the game eventually. Fast forward, end of December, we're still waiting for it. It took until the end of January to get CSR. And guess what, guys? Not visible in-game. We even had to beg to get access to the API. That way we could use websites like quickcsr.com instead of having to use the slow, janky waypoint every single time we wanted to see what our rank was. This is a problem. This does not encourage ranking, especially when players have to go to a third-party outlet to do so, and there's just not a darn good reason for this. It doesn't intimidate casual players to the point where they wouldn't want to play, and if it did, well, guess what? Halo 3 tackled that with ranked and social. We didn't have that. So 343's Trust Us community PR message was starting to wear thin with your core community base. Thank heavens for the second DLC, the Majestic Map Pack, which gave us undoubtedly the best DLC maps out of all of them. Skyline, Epic Map, Monolith, pretty good, and Landfall. These were smaller maps, these were designed for 4v4, and Skyline is still played today. It's actually one of the only DLC maps that I can actually play when I go into Halo matchmaking. 6 months in, we finally got the Turbo update. This was the weapon balance update Halo needed within the first month of its release. It addressed so many concerns that we had, fixed the bolt shot, made the BR the dominant weapon, and made gunplay more fun in Halo 4, and this finally stabilized Halo 4's bleeding population, because this entire time we're declining. One step after the other, it just seems like things weren't going right. About this time, we're looking at about 35,000 to 40,000 peak population players per day, and this number would continue a little bit further downward to where we are now, between 15 and 25,000, depending on the day and depending on the time. And I will say this, Halo 4 has achieved a state that is awesome. I think it's really fun to play, one of the best Halos in terms of netcode performance. In terms of in-game settings, the Turbo update really did address the things that were frustrating me as a player and preventing me from wanting to play long-term. Now, there's a few issues that still remain. CSR is not a successful ranking system. It's not something that players really see a lot of value in comparison with Halo 3, or even Arena from Reach, which was a highly contested thing, let me tell ya. So ultimately, you're just looking at a series of unfortunate events that happened one after another. 6 months is too long to fix the actual in-game balance that were frustrating folks. Had the title update, the Turbo Patch update happened in December, I would guarantee you we'd be looking at far larger numbers than now. Ultimately, though, Halo 4 was not built with 3 to 4 years of longevity in mind, and Halo 5 was hot on the production cycle directly after Halo 4. They put what resources they could towards fixing Halo 4 in the time frame that they felt appropriate, and that's okay. The Halo population shouldn't matter to you if you enjoy the game or not, but it's good to look at these things and understand clearly why we are where we are at. Now, looking forward at Halo 5, the hope is that Bravo, Ghost Yami, and the new hires that they've made, and the new direction it seems that the company has taken in terms of their outward PR will be beneficial. Halo 4 seemed like, trust us, we're trying a new breed of Halo, and it's the best way possible. Well, after about 6 months, that started to change, and they interacted with the community more. We saw more settings and reactionary changes to the game based upon our feedback. It took too long, that's obvious, and the DLCs were not targeted specifically to address the things that should have been addressed first. Those are your big issues. If you get a ranking system in-game that's proper, like the older Halos, you'll see improved population support. If you see something like a clan system from Halo 2 coming back, you're going to see a higher population base. Ultimately, there should be more rewards for long-term players. Halo Reach, I put hundreds of hours into. The credit grinds were huge and long, but that made them rewarding. When I saw somebody with the lightning effect, or if I saw somebody with an incredible armor set, I knew how much time and effort it took to actually get that. So in answer to the question, can Halo's population ever achieve what it did in the past? And the answer is absolutely. It depends entirely, though, on first impressions and the long-term benefit of the game. If that game features a ranking system that's good, visible in-game, and encourages players to play within it, you want to actually achieve those ranks, then yeah, you're going to see a better benefit. You want to have a good balanced state of the game. You want to see the first few months the developer reacting quickly and in a timely manner to the concerns of the player base. If there's a balance error, it should be fixed quickly, not in 6 months down the road. Are the DLCs going to be targeted at the right player base? Not big team battle stuff when the majority of your players are 4v4 players. If the answer is yes, then you're going to see improved sustainability. Finally, you ultimately need to have the right people in the right places and a game that feels like it's well cared for. Seeing players like Bravo and Ghost at 343, I think we're already on the right track. The PR has seemed to have shifted to more about player concerns rather than this is our new Halo, our new brand, we can't wait for you to try it. Now, if you think we're going to return to Halo 3 numbers, that's a little bit hopeful in my opinion, but we can still achieve a very sustainable and healthy player base as long as the requirements outlined in this video are met and exceeded, which would be really awesome. I wouldn't look to the Halo Master Chief Collection to restore the population to a really high rate. It's mainly going to be for fans of the series already. But come Halo 5, I think we have a very bright future, everyone. The takeaway from this video is, though, to play games that you enjoy regardless of the population. I'm a diehard Halo fan who'd be playing if there were 200 people on Halo right now. I enjoy the title, so I play it. But it's also important, in my opinion, to look at how we've gotten where we've gotten so that we can improve in the future as a brand, as a community, and ultimately as a player base. Thanks for watching, everyone. If there's parts of the conversation that you thought I missed or you just want to add, please let me know down below, because this isn't the one-stop show. Everybody's got an opinion, and you guys probably know more about this than the Dragoon does. I hope your weekend goes really well. Get out there and play something fun. Destiny Beta ends on Sunday. If you haven't gotten a chance to play it, give it a go, and I will see you next time.